Researchers have discovered a crater beneath the Antarctica ice crust, 482 kilometers in diameter. Holy shit.
It's like an order of magnitude bigger than
the dinosaur one, right?
Yeah, that's like a 99 point whatever percent extinction event.
So it's
something
it just keeps happening. The Earth just, over millions and millions of years and thousands of years that humans have been around, the Earth just keeps getting whacked.
Antarctica is a land full of mysteries, and scientists for the past 3 centuries have been trying to unravel these enigmas. Governments have been supporting organizations to uncover the secrets of Antarctica, but the U.S. government recently shut down its research in the region.
Its far-reaching effects mean many are still awaiting a return to normalcy. Among the cuts during the shutdown was funding for the National Science Foundation, halting one UT researcher's study on climate change.
What's even more astonishing is that scientists believe Antarctica's glaciers are melting rapidly, and ocean currents are heading toward us. What secrets lie in Antarctica? Why can't the average person explore Antarctica? Can the melting of Antarctica's glaciers destroy our planet? What terrifying discoveries have scientists made in Antarctica, and what concerning announcement famous podcaster Joe Rogan has made about Antarctica?
One of the things I find most striking is the presence of Antarctica on ancient maps, because we didn't discover it until 1820, and yet it's on maps drawn in the 1500s with great detail.
Antarctica, the world's coldest continent, is also one of the most mysterious places on Earth. It is as unique as it is secretive, and unlike most destinations, you can't simply hop off a commercial flight and explore it unless you are an elite scientist or an emperor penguin. Exploring Antarctica is forbidden for the average person due to extreme temperatures that can induce frostbite, with temperatures reaching as low as negative 130 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 90 degrees Celsius. But why is it restricted, and where do these rules come from? Admiral Richard Byrd Jr., an American Navy explorer, made significant discoveries that changed our understanding of the continent. It is speculated that Byrd may have come across an underground civilization called Agartha, although this remains shrouded in mystery. In 1957 and 1958, several countries came together and recognized the need to protect Antarctica based on the new research. As a result, the Antarctic Treaty was created. This treaty allows scientists and researchers to venture into the icy abyss for research purposes. However, for the rest of us, access to the continent is limited. While there are exceptions, such as visiting the Antarctic waters on a cruise ship and landing at a few designated spots along the peninsula, the majority of the continent remains off limits. The Antarctic Treaty also stipulated that no single nation could claim ownership of Antarctica. Instead, the continent is divided into partial ownership for 7 countries: Argentina, Australia, Chile, France, New Zealand, Norway, and the United Kingdom. The restrictions on exploring Antarctica primarily serve 2 purposes: the protection of the environment and ensuring the safety of individuals. The southern tip of the world is teeming with biodiversity, including endemic species, underground mountains, blood-red waterfalls, and even gold-spewing volcanoes. Protecting this unique environment is crucial. Additionally, the extreme temperatures pose significant risks to human safety, making it essential to restrict access to those with the necessary expertise and resources to survive in such conditions. There are also various conspiracy theories surrounding Antarctica. Some believe that there may be hidden structures, including a supposed hidden fortress used in World War II, or evidence of an ancient civilization. However, these theories lack concrete evidence. Attempting to visit Antarctica without proper authorization can result in severe consequences. Breaking the rules can lead to fines of up to $10,000 and even imprisonment. Although nobody technically governs the area, the responsibility for punishment falls on the accused person's home country, or, if visiting as a tourist, the host nation of the ship or plane you arrived on. Moreover, Antarctica is not only a restricted landmass, but also one of the largest forbidden airspaces on the planet. Legislation introduced in the 1980s, during the Reagan administration, established that no aircraft, regardless of its location, can be more than 60 minutes away from an airfield. This rule aims to ensure the safety of individuals in case of emergencies, given the lack of infrastructure in the vicinity of the South Pole. A recent report warns that the melting of ice in Antarctica is causing a significant slowdown in deep ocean currents, which could have devastating effects on the climate. According to Australian scientists, the deep water flows that drive ocean currents could decrease by 40% by 2050. These currents play a crucial role in transporting heat, oxygen, carbon, and nutrients around the world. Previous research has indicated that a slowdown in the North Atlantic current could lead to a colder Europe. The study, published in the journal Nature, also highlights how the slowdown in deep ocean currents could reduce the ocean's ability to absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. The report explains that the Earth's network of ocean currents relies on the downward movement of cold, dense salt water near Antarctica. However, as fresh water from melting ice caps enters the ocean, the seawater becomes less salty and less dense, causing the downward movement to slow down. While these deep ocean currents have been relatively stable for thousands of years, they are now being disrupted by global warming. Famous podcaster Joe Rogan and many scientists warned that if carbon emissions continue at their current rate, the Antarctic overturning will slow by more than 40% in the next 3 decades, potentially leading to collapse. The report also mentions the 2018 Atlas study, which found that the Atlantic Ocean circulation system was weaker than it had been in over 1,000 years. Changes to this current, known as the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, could cool the ocean and northwest Europe, affecting deep-sea ecosystems. Why the U.S. government shut down their research in Antarctica. In 2013, an incident occurred during the U.S. government shutdown that had repercussions even in the remote region of Antarctica. The National Science Foundation, NSF, made the difficult decision to halt its science program in Antarctica due to the funding and resource limitations imposed by the government shutdown. Antarctica, known for its unique ecosystem and as a hub for scientific research, housed hundreds of scientists studying various subjects such as penguins, climate change, and geology. The NSF's decision meant that the majority of these researchers were forced to cease their work and leave the continent. The government shutdown had a significant impact on ongoing research projects, with scientists grappling with the uncertainty of when they could resume their studies. It disrupted the spring research season, a crucial time for scientific exploration in Antarctica. Dawn Sumner, a geology professor at UC Davis, was among the affected scientists. Her team focused on investigating the geological features of Antarctica and the effects of climate change. In light of the shutdown, Sumner shared her concerns and the potential consequences for her research during interviews and discussions. With the science program in Antarctica temporarily suspended, the NSF decided to maintain a minimal staff at the facilities to ensure their proper functioning. However, the absence of the majority of scientists hindered progress in numerous research areas. Now let's discuss some of the discoveries that scientists have made in Antarctica. Number 1. Hidden lakes. For those familiar with geography, it's common knowledge that lakes and oceans differ significantly. However, the Antarctic Ocean defies convention. In 1970, scientists suspected the existence of an entirely unique ecosystem in Antarctic waters, something unprecedented. Remarkably, there are lakes nestled within these waters, approximately 400 of them. These subglacial lakes lie beneath 3 kilometers of ice and are believed to have formed during Antarctica's separation from the ancient supercontinent Gondwana. Despite the sub-zero temperatures, these lakes continue to flow instead of freezing due to the underwater pressure. The discovery of Lake Vostok in the 1990s marked a breakthrough. As the largest subglacial lake found in the region, it resides 2.5 kilometers below the ice. When scientists extracted a water sample, they measured a temperature of -3 degrees Celsius, despite the lake being covered in ice for over 20 million years. However, the most significant revelation came in 2014 at Lake Whillans, where scientists unearthed not only lakes but entire ecosystems teeming with microorganisms and signs of life. These species have thrived in the absence of sunlight for millions of years, utilizing methane and ammonium as their energy sources. Such findings hint at the possibility of an entire system of lakes, estuaries, rivers, and even volcanoes existing beneath the Antarctic waters. However, exploring these hidden wonders remains challenging, given the formidable task of peering beneath the frozen expanse. Nevertheless, we should never discount the potential for further discoveries. Number 2. Rainforests and fossils. On the topic of life indicators, the Antarctic region surprisingly hosts remnants of rainforests. It may be difficult to fathom tropical trees and creatures thriving in such a climate, let alone flourishing. Yet this was the reality before Antarctica transformed into a frozen desert during the Ice Age. Once, it was a warm tropical region adorned with countless rainforests, and some speculate that ancient civilizations thrived there as well. This theory gains support from the discovery of fossilized wood, tropical trees, and leaf impressions, providing evidence of past rainforests. Additionally, an abundance of fossils from marine animals, birds, and even dinosaurs from the Cretaceous period further confirms the region's previous warmth. The presence of beetle fossils, dating back around 20 million years, also suggests an erstwhile warm climate. These intriguing fossils and findings prompt us to ponder whether Antarctica still conceals rainforests within its depths, and what remarkable creatures and civilizations might inhabit them. Number 3. Melodic ice. Antarctica is no stranger to ice, but did you know it also hosts singing ice? When researchers embarked on a study of ice shifting in Antarctica, they stumbled upon a captivating phenomenon, a singing glacier. The Ross Ice Shelf, the largest shelf in Antarctica, roughly equivalent in size to France, emits an eerie melody. The winds sweeping across the snow dunes collide with the dune surface, creating vibrations that produce a continuous array of seismic tones. Consequently, the ice shelf becomes a perpetual singer. While these sounds remain inaudible to human ears, scientists employ seismic sensors to listen to this unique symphony. They describe the tunes as hauntingly sad, evoking a sense of melancholy for reasons yet to be fully understood. Initially discovered incidentally during investigations into the ice slab's behavior, researchers have since realized that the song changes with the environment. This discovery enables them to monitor the ice shelf's stability and vulnerability, detecting any collapses when the music transitions into a hum. This peculiar revelation ignites speculation as to whether glaciers may one day emit songs audible to human ears. Number 4. Ice holes. In 2017, the world witnessed a colossal hole, roughly the size of Ireland, emerged in Antarctica. This immense opening, known as the Polynia, spans 78,000 square kilometers, making it the largest cavity to appear in the region since the 1970s. The formation of such holes, scientifically termed cryoconite holes, results from the presence of warm, salty water in the deeper parts of the sea. Comprising ice and dust, these holes contain rock particles and even tiny microbes. By absorbing sunlight and generating heat, they cause the underlying ice to melt, leading to the formation of voids that give the impression of the land collapsing inward. Scientists attribute these holes to a combination of unique ocean conditions, Antarctic weather, and intense storms characterized by hurricane-like winds. As the wind exerts tremendous force, it pushes the ice aside, resulting in the hole's formation. These cavities are more significant than they appear, harboring copious amounts of water vapor, a potent greenhouse gas that warms the sea and intensifies subsequent cyclones. With predictions indicating a rise in offshore holes due to climate change, the potential disasters they might bring forth provoke legitimate concerns. While scientists continue to unravel the full extent of these holes' impact, it is known that they become filled with water during summer, sustaining life for cold-adapted microorganisms. Number 5. Mount Erebus. Many people find it difficult to believe that Antarctica is home to numerous volcanoes. After all, the region is completely covered in ice, so it's hard to imagine molten lava erupting there, right? Well, that's not entirely true. Ross Island has 4 volcanoes, 3 of which are inactive. However, the 4th volcano, known as Mount Erebus, has shown increased volcanic activity in the past 30 years, leading scientists to believe that it may have the potential for further eruptions. Mount Erebus is filled with liquid magma and ancient lava lakes that have been boiling for about 1.3 million years. It is not only one of the most enigmatic wonders in the world, but also one of the most active volcanoes ever discovered in Antarctica. Standing at a towering height of 3,800 meters, that's about all we know about this volcano due to its remote and perilous location with unpredictable weather conditions. Nevertheless, in 2013, a group of scientists managed to climb the peak and found organisms thriving in the volcano's heat. They also discovered numerous ice caves harboring microorganisms in the soil, which are considered some of the most extraordinary findings ever made in Antarctica. Number 6. World's oldest pyramids. When we think of pyramids, Egypt's warm region where the pharaohs resided often comes to mind. However, it may surprise you to learn that Antarctica was once home to a civilization that built and inhabited pyramids to adapt to the extreme environment. While mainstream geologists have struggled to comprehend how life could thrive in Antarctica, a discovery in 2016 shed some light on this mystery. Satellite imagery revealed a peculiar formation peeking through the ice, suggesting the presence of a man-made pyramid in Antarctica. These structures resemble the pyramids in Egypt, but they are actually much larger than the Great Pyramid. Unfortunately, their inaccessibility has hindered further exploration, leaving the possibility open that ancient human ancestors once lived and flourished on the Antarctic continent. Although evidence of their existence is now buried beneath the snow, the sheer amount of evidence suggests a compelling story. Nevertheless, some geologists propose that the pyramid-like structure, located on the Ellsworth mountain range, is actually the peak of the range. The rest is for you to decide. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 7. Ancient meteorites. Antarctica has not only been a thriving place for human civilizations in the past, but has also witnessed overwhelming evidence of alien life. The reason behind this lies in the vast number of meteorite showers the continent has received. While meteorites fall all over the world, their concentration in Antarctica is staggering. The first meteorite was discovered there in 1912, and since then, numerous regions rich in meteorites have been identified. The cold and dry conditions of Antarctica are believed to preserve these rocky fragments exceptionally well. Moreover, the vast expanses of ice make it easier to spot them. East Antarctica, in particular, is renowned for its extensive layers of land covered with meteorites that have been part of the landscape for billions of years. Over 20,000 samples have been collected thus far, with the numbers continuously growing. Antarctica is also home to the largest meteorite ever found, weighing 18 kilograms. Additionally, a piece of Mars has been discovered in the region, further highlighting its appeal as a hub of intergalactic activity. These extraordinary findings leave little room for doubt. Number 8. Antarctic fungi. Antarctica is teeming with microorganisms, including a unique species of fungi that typically thrive in warm climates. Surprisingly, they have managed to adapt and flourish even in Antarctica's cold winters. These fungi subsist on wood and are commonly found in the wooden huts once inhabited by early explorers. Their ability to survive in such harsh conditions makes them some of the most remarkable creatures on Earth. Another type of fungi discovered in the region feeds on abandoned petroleum containers, showcasing an evolutionary trait exclusive to the Antarctic area. Scientists are currently investigating whether these petroleum-consuming fungi can aid in cleaning up large-scale oil spills worldwide. Imagine the fascinating potential behind such a discovery. Number 9. The Forbidden Sector. Not widely known, Antarctica has a forbidden sector accessible only to authorized personnel. This sector can be likened to Area 51 and is shrouded in secrecy, fueling speculation about hidden scientific secrets. Any attempt to breach the border is met with swift intervention by guards who whisk intruders away to an undisclosed location. Officially, this region is protected due to its significance as the sole habitat of emperor penguins. Human interference is prohibited to safeguard their colonies. However, some remain skeptical, wondering if there is more to this protected sector than meets the eye. Number 10. Third man factor. While the third man factor is not exclusive to Antarctica and can occur anywhere, explorers have reported intense experiences of this phenomenon in the Antarctic regions. The third man factor refers to the overwhelming sensation of someone's presence during times of distress, often providing guidance and a sense of security. Due to Antarctica's harsh conditions and the unusual duration of sunlight and darkness, many individuals experience hallucinations in the area, possibly contributing to the phenomenon. Explorers have shared accounts of witnessing shadows cast by unseen entities across the vast plains of Antarctica. One renowned explorer, Ernest Shackleton, and his companions encountered the third man factor during their journey to South Georgia Island. While trekking towards a whaling station in search of sustenance and shelter, the entire group of 3 felt the presence of an additional mysterious figure accompanying them. They walked for 36 hours across mountains and glaciers, convinced that they were a group of 4, not 3. Since then, numerous people stranded or struggling to find their way in Antarctica have reported the presence of a guiding force, leading them along the right path. While it may be attributed to the psychological impact of their circumstances, the unique characteristics of the Antarctic region could also contribute to this phenomenon. Number 11. Malfunctioning compasses. Compasses have a peculiar issue when it comes to functioning properly at the North Pole. The scientific explanation is that the North Pole possesses a strong magnetic field that interferes with the magnetic field of the compass. However, why does this happen? The primary reason is that the Earth's magnetic fields curve around the spherical shape of the planet, rendering compasses unreliable in that region. Although scientists are aware of this phenomenon today and take precautions to prevent confusion or getting lost while traveling in the area, the early explorers were unaware of this occurrence. Consequently, the numerous deceased individuals found in the region could potentially be individuals who lost their way and were unable to find their way back.
So here's my compass on my phone. It is pointing out north is towards McMurdo, which is out towards the coast. That's pointing towards the magnetic South Pole, which is different than the geographic South Pole, which is where I am at right now.
On the other hand, some conspiracy theorists propose that the compass issue is a deliberate scheme to dissuade people from approaching certain areas of the continent where unfathomable mysteries are concealed. Moreover, it's not just compass that encounter difficulties. Modern technologies like GPS systems also struggle to operate effectively at the Earth's North Pole. This occurs because they, too, are influenced by the planet's magnetic field. Essentially, GPS systems rely on compasses to function, so when the compass ceases to work, the GPS follows suit. Could there be any truth to these conspiracy theories? What are your thoughts? Number 12. Blood falls among the most unsettling discoveries in Antarctica. This one definitely ranks in the top 3. Imagine stumbling upon a river of blood amid a landscape of pure white snow. Such a sight could unsettle anyone. Situated in the McMurdo dry valleys, there exists a deep red waterfall that resembles blood pouring out. This 5-story high waterfall flows from the Taylor Glacier into Lake Bonny. For a considerable period of time, scientists were uncertain about the nature of this peculiar blood-like liquid. However, they have now determined that the water appears so menacing due to the fact that Blood Falls was once a highly saline lake that became isolated from the atmosphere as a result of ice formations. Consequently, over time, the water has increased in salinity and is unable to freeze. Additionally, the water is rich in iron, lending it its distinctive color. Deprived of oxygen and sunlight, it has acquired a dark red hue, visible only to helicopters or cruise ships visiting the Ross Sea. What are your thoughts on these unsettling discoveries in Antarctica? Which one frightens you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.